You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Smart Mark faction loading. Brody Rob, check.
You will respect my authority.
Adam Bomb, check.
It's like that friend who's the asshole, but he's our asshole.
Steve Awesome, check.
I get older, they stay the same age.
Your girl Kiara, check.
You don't have to open the doors for me, because I can open my own door because I am a strong woman.
Brian, check.
I didn't want to do and still don't do a lot of independent shows because they show the guys at the National Guard Army or whatever falling asleep signing autographs for 15 people because they need the money. It's fucking embarrassing.
Bada boom! Realest guys in the room! How you doing?
All systems are a go. Marked Out Podcast, you were cleared for liftoff.
All right, we want to welcome all you listening or watching on YouTube, all those listening via Podbean, iTunes, Clamor, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all the other little places where you can find us at.
Player FM.
Yeah, we want to welcome CT to the board here, starting out with the New Day has been added to CT's list. This New Day is on the list.
That's a growing list right there.
It is a growing list. It is. Bob Green is still on there. We're not sure if Bob Green is going to be joining us on the chat board. We hope so. So we are going to do some discussion and some recap on tonight's Raw-only pay-per-view, Clash of Champions. Not the Champions, Clash of Champions.
Right.
In attendance with the retro music we got going on, we got Adam Bomb, we got Brian the Heavy, we got Steve Awesome. Kiera is out for the night. Medine is out for the night. Bob is in another state. So it kind of works out that way.
Like physically or mentally?
That's a very legitimate question. I don't have the answer.
I'm sure it's a state of euphoria after the fact that Roman won. I know he wanted Roman win just to get under our grind our gears, if you will.
So here's the rundown of the show. Here's how it's going to go. Before we jump in all the official business. So we're going to have our we're going to do our grades and scores first with no explanation, right to it. State of the Universe, going through all the different divisions and cards on the roster. We'll do our Rawsome Awards. We're going to do a little marked out trivia. We're going to do some tag team trivia, guys. Tag team trivia. Not too tough. We're going to do our open for Clash of Champions, final thoughts, and then we will call it a show. So, this.
Housekeeping?
No, thank you. Sleeping.
Housekeeping?
Could you come back in an hour?
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. You can join us on our website at markedoutwrestling.com, on Twitter at SmartMarkShow, Facebook.com/markedoutthe1, YouTube channel, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, where we broadcast live every Monday following Raw. Our Google Plus page, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, Instagram, Marked Out Wrestling, and our You Record Studios Smart Line, 704-444-0084. Get connected.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Oh, it's you.
Can you dig it, sucker?
All right, so before we jump into the State of the Universe discussion, we're just going to run through the table here. We're going to go through the scores for our faction, as well as those of you joining us via the YouTube Live or via Twitter through the other podcast thingamajiggers. So I came out with a solid number of 4. Solid number of 4. It's a solid, good number of 4.
Why do you say that?
It just is. We're just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Like I tell my kids, because I said so. That's why. We got Adam coming in with an okay number of 5. Okay.
Oh, so I beat you.
An even 5.
It's an even 5.
So I beat you on your paper.
Well,
or an odd 5.
You know, you say potato, I say go fuck yourself. Whatever, how you want to call it.
Okay, yeah, that plays out.
How do you get 5?
Huh?
5.
What?
Adam got 4.
Adam got 5.
No, it's on the score sheet there.
Nia Jax, T.J. Perkins, KO, New Day, Charlotte. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 5, Stevie.
I
know you invented the abacus, so you should be able to count that.
Jesus Christ! All right,
I just saw the 4 circles.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay. So can I get back to it?
Yes.
Okay. Brian with an all right number of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also beating you.
Well, again, your opinion. Medine.
It's a scoreboard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the one thing where there is no opinion.
It's subjective.
Trump, whatever. So Medine with an all right number of 5. Steve with a solid 4. Solid 4s for Steve. Yeah. Upload.
Steve, did you add that right?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
You're counting KO too.
Juan Rodriguez, if he joins us tonight, he got an okay number of 5. CT with a all right number of 4. A solid number of 4. I'm sorry, solid number of 4.
Were you in last?
Shut up. No.
No, he was tied. He was tied for second.
No. Wait, hold on. I'm going to get there. Hold on. And so we got a tie. Bob and Upload Test tie with 6 wins apiece. And Kiera with, I think, this is Adam circa WrestleMania right here. This is what we got, right? So Kiera with a solid of 1. She picked Nia Jax, which good job on that one.
Yeah, everybody picked that.
Yeah. So Kiera is the big loser of the night, but she's not here, so we cannot gloat about it to her. So I want to run around the table real quick before we do State of the Universe. And all I want is a letter grade, and you don't have to give any explanation at all right? Because we're going to discuss everything from the pay-per-view. So I will start with Adam. Just give me a letter grade.
A-.
Brian.
B-.
Steve.
I had B- as well.
I'm going to go B+. CT gave it a solid B. So
okay. Right in the wheelhouse there.
Yeah, and we're going to go through all the points on why we think that. And now, the marked out State of the Universe, Clash of Champions. Now, that guy's got a really good voice.
Sounds kind of sexy.
Right. So we're going to, as we do, 5 topics here. Number 1 will be the upper card division, the Universal title division, mid-card division with the U.S. title, Raw women's division, the tag division, and the cruiserweight division. Our first time being able to do the cruiserweight division. Any matches not really fitting into divisions we'll talk about in the open at the end. So just so you know, if you're looking forward to talking, because there is a match that we really want to talk about, and we definitely will, but probably more at length towards the end. All right?
Right.
So let's start with number 1 here. Number 1 is going to be our upper card division, Universal title picture. So I don't need to recap anything because you should have watched the fucking show yourself. If not, go watch the show, then come back and listen to the podcast.
Yeah, just put us on pause.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, for 3 hours. Go and do that. So we'll just discuss. So the ending, in my opinion, guys, lackluster. I mean, we expected some funny business, but I think the funny business was a little too funny.
We expected more than Y2J.
I expected, a lot more than that.
Yeah.
A lot of outside interference.
Well, yeah.
2 refs, Stephanie and Jericho.
It seemed a little more drug on with the interference. Like, it's not like I come in, I do one move, the match is over. It was like a melee.
Yeah,
right.
Speaking of dragging on, them counting to 20 when I understand when they were counting past 3 when Seth still had the cover on the crowd, but like he let the cover go at like 8 or 9 and they counted to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I see that point.
That was weird.
Well, I look at this match and the ending of it, and honestly, it gives me more questions than it gives me answers. So
that's a good thing, I guess.
The one answer I got for you is I can guarantee you that Y2J and Seth Rollins will be the main event tomorrow night.
Maybe that's definitely a possibility, and that's cool if it is. I'm okay with that match. But CT's saying it here, and I agree with it completely. Is where was Hunter? I mean,
that's our biggest concern tonight.
We've been saying for weeks, it's like it's okay Hunter's not on the show because
Medine wanted a point because he picked no Hunter.
Yeah, he's the only one who picked that no Hunter was coming. So so extra point from Medine got whatever.
But that's why we were all disappointed, and why you're asking that question now. Like we saw 2 suckets from both competitors and no Hunter.
The DX reference. I think here's your cue. Come on out.
Well, I think the card overall. I mean, all of us collectively, and even everyone on the chat boards too. I mean, we've all pretty much kind of got a lot of the correct predictions for the card.
Yeah, but we didn't. Also, the other question is, we got to go backstage and talk now between Mick and Seth. I mean, that wasn't addressed. We thought there might be some little scheme worked out together.
And Mick was there, but he never came out. And we thought he'd come out for the Cesaro Sheamus something.
He had a little twinkle in his eye when Seth confronted him in backstage. So I don't know if that's leading to something between them two.
It might be at Survivor Series, some kind of like Team Hunter versus Team Foley.
And I'm thinking Stephanie's going to be in on that. I think it's going to be Mick, Seth, and Stephanie in that. So pitting husband against wife.
And then KO, Jericho, and Hunter on the other side?
I can see that. Sure, why not? I mean, it's doable to me.
A divorce angle.
Now, guys, we all, I think we all got really excited when the crowd started popping. It was on a tight shot of KO and Rollins, and the crowd started popping, and we're like, oh, who's coming out?
Hunter?
Yeah, we all hoped Hunter.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was the one time we're like, oh.
I mean,
Jericho.
I think they are catching up. That could be the reason why he was left off the show, just because they kind of assumed that we all knew that. We kind of expected that he was going to be on.
The match carried itself, too. It was a great match, and maybe he didn't want to cloud that. I don't know.
Don't send Jericho out if that's the case.
And
right.
that's not a spot decision. I mean, that's a production decision. They've already got that figured out before they go. Yeah. So I don't know if that would be the case. But, yeah, maybe the error of the unknown, Brian, where it's like, maybe now they're trying to fool us. We're looking for the obvious because we're conditioned after all these years of bullshit and whatever. And now they're like, well, let's try to fool them a little bit. Let's, how are the marks thinking? Let's listen to their podcast and steal all their fucking points.
Tease them a little bit.
Well, at the same time, that's why Triple H shocked everybody, because nobody would question if they saw him walking into the arena, because he's backstage pretty much all the time. So nobody questioned it as the surprise guy to put KO over.
Yeah.
So now everybody sees him there, but again, there's no question he's backstage. So now everybody's like, well, why didn't he come out?
I don't know.
It's just weird.
I went brain dead for a second.
Well, no, it's to prove your point, Rob. Basically, like they're trying to throw us curveballs all over the place.
Yeah, see, I got CT on here saying Jericho is pretty good though, and if you're speaking in reference to the match there, the final match, the interference, I don't know. It seemed almost kind of Dana Brooke.
Well, he did it better than Dana Brooke.
Well, no, yeah. He knows how to put a leg on the rope.
Minus the botches, it was the little squirrely sidekick. Here, eat
That's
your dog
my best
food.
friend.
Yeah, the Michael Cole of DX in the 90s, 2000s.
I will say I don't want this to become a trend with Kevin Owens matches at big pay-per-views where there's outside interference every time when he wins.
I mean, you look at the match; it was a great match,
but again, he's a heel. Why can't he win that way?
He does on Raw though. I mean,
JBL's entire title run was all Hook or Crook wins.
But back in the day when the heels would always win by Crook, and you're like, oh, that's cool. I don't think that Kevin Owens. I look forward to his next move in the match. They put on great matches, so I'm assuming I'm going to get to see a great finish in a clean style with maybe one little hook. But I don't know.
He can still be heel and win clean.
Well, also he did lose to Roman right beforehand.
Yeah, maybe it's me. Maybe me as a fan of the wrestling Kevin Owens of the Kevin.
Well, the prize fighter.
The purists.
He's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a fan
Kevin
of him,
Steen.
Kevin Steen. As a fan of Kevin Steen, I would like to see a match conclusion, but I guess that's my own personal bias there. So I guess from a business standpoint, maybe this made sense. It carries a storyline and all that. So you guys got anything else to discuss there? So we'll look. Well, as far as the match goes.
Well, yeah. Okay.
If there's nothing on the match, then I'm just saying, moving forward now, you think Jericho and Seth are going to be duking it out on Raw. So what happens with KO? Where's that going?
I think because Survivor Series is you have Hell in a Cell. They're going to set it up to a point where, there's a possibility that cell could have a 4-way in it. It could have a tag team of Jericho and reunited Shield.
Am I the only one, off topic real quick, am I the only one that's kind of bored with Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they made it its own event, it took away from me. It's not its own special. It doesn't pop up every now and again. It's a yearly
now that
thing
there's over 30 of them, it's tough to do something new.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't mind the cell more if maybe it wasn't this big gargantuan complex that fits over the ring. I mean, the first Hell in a Cell was a almost War Games flimsy type of cage.
You want just a cage with a ceiling?
I want what Taker and Mankind had.
That was held together by like zip ties.
and I know
on purpose.
It was a flimsy cage that you never knew when it was going to bust. This big monstrosity they got it so high up in the air, and it's so reinforced that nobody's going through the top of it.
Yeah, but neither roster can afford to lose anybody else up high in an injury kind of.
I understand that, but the suspension of belief that it could happen. With the new cell, I know it's not going to happen.
Well, maybe that's the thing right there, Rob. You just answered your own question, I think, because maybe that's the thing about the new cell is we think it won't break, and somebody gets a power bomb. If KO is in it, his finishing move is a power bomb. He could power bomb somebody through the top that you think is not going to break because it's the new cell and it breaks.
But it's so high.
When was the last time they did that? They kind of steered away
dangerous.
from guys jumping off the top of the cage or going through it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, since Mania. You're right, Brian.
I don't know. CT saying Hell in a Cell is
That
something.
doesn't count.
That was the last cell match.
He didn't go through it.
He jumped off it. You just said the last time someone went through it or jumped off it. The last cell match.
Okay,
that's
he's got you on that.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
but going through it, yeah, not really anybody. And CT's echoing your point that it should be held for special occasions, and I'm okay with that too. It's like me. I think Money in the Bank should be a Mania match
only.
Yeah, absolutely.
One match, both brands.
Less is more.
Hell in a Cell. Like they've done that in
So
Mania.
so we're looking
Going forward, if it's
KO.
not KO or if it's not Rollins, who is
else in the
KO's
mix?
next
It's not going
opponent?
to be Roman now for a while, I hope.
Well, yeah. So Roman's out of that picture.
Do you
We'll
think
talk about that
Rusev
bum
gets
in a little bit.
elevated? Do you
With
think?
Cesaro, since he...
No.
Well, no, they have to have match number 10, Steve.
Oh, that's right. Add more to it.
No, I don't. No, I lost my train of thought there for a second. But
Yeah.
KO is going to be. God damn it! What were you just saying?
He was asking who's going to challenge.
No, I got that.
If
But
it's
somebody
not
said a
Rollins,
name. Say the names you said again. 'Cause you fucking
Sheamus or Cesaro?
No,
Roman,
San
Rusev.
Martino.
Roman.
San Martino maybe.
Rusev.
Oh no, it won't be Rusev. He's got to do a rematch. That's gonna be
Okay.
that's gonna be a whole series of matches.
Well,
right?
in Strowman, it's too early for him to do anything like
Sami
that.
Zayn is in a mix, maybe.
I can't see
he
them
he
going-
lost to
rivalry
Jericho
again, but
tonight. I don't see that happening.
Plus, they've gone back to the well. I mean, how many times have we already seen?
Then it has to be somebody new.
Yeah, agree. Yeah,
Samoa
for
Joe.
sure.
Samoa Joe that soon? No, I mean
No,
It's
he's
too big of a
coming to
jump.
my show. Damn it!
they gotta stop.
It's Jinder Mahal.
If they did that, if they did
Bo
that,
Dallas.
if they did that, they have to stop bringing people in and elevating them right to the top. I get the roster was depleted. I get you needed all the new talent to come in and take over. But now it's time to let people earn their chops again.
Well, we just answered our question basically. Unless they do some kind of Jericho versus the new authority, the new authority versus the old authority. Unless they do something like that, it's going to be Rollins and KO again. There's nobody else at the top that can challenge for it.
Nope.
Right. This is interesting. Well, first, everybody, Juan is on the board.
Hey,
Juan.
What's up, Juan?
And he said Clash of Champions was a big yawn. And guess who else we got on the board? There we go. Upload test on the board as well. CT makes a great point here. I'll do upload test real quick. They need Strowman to reverse chokeslam someone through the top of a cell would help him get over. I don't know. He's kind of over with me.
He's getting over.
He's getting there.
He's getting there. CT said, so Cesaro and Sheamus go to a no decision tonight. So do they both essentially win the best of 7, and then they get a triple threat match with KO?
You
I
know,
mean, would we
That
even
would
want to
be
see that?
Something they can throw at us.
But that was never a number one contenders.
It was never guaranteed specified. No.
Well, now
they said they get a championship shot.
Wait. Now
Could be
we
it for the
talked
US
about
title.
we
Yeah.
talked about them
Mix up with
redoing
Roman.
a Team Hell No angle. What if because neither one of them won, they put them in the tag team division title?
Wow. So put them as a team, and then they.
I'm just saying, like a team that doesn't want to be a team and they win the belt.
So by saying that, you're saying you don't think that triple threat option is even out there. I think it's a far stretch. I just
if it's a
entertaining the
triple
point.
threat, it's with Roman.
Yeah, that's
it
what I'm
wouldn't.
thinking.
It wouldn't
for
be.
the
It
US
wouldn't be
title.
for the big belt.
Because he did
Yeah,
beat
that makes more sense.
KO before the pay per view.
Right. Well, no. I'm saying no. I'm saying
Roman
it's a
did, yeah.
triple, No, I'm saying it's a triple threat. Roman, Cesaro, and Sheamus for the U.S. I'm saying that's the title match they're giving.
Maybe it's
okay.
Rusev make it a fatal 4-way.
Rusev make a
Yeah,
four-way.
CT saying with Roman, triple threat with Roman. I
Yeah.
could see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
That would be okay.
Or like Steve said, if they
Fatal
want to do a
four-way.
four-way.
I mean, that-
at Hell in a Cell.
that
put
way-
them in a
At Hell in
cell.
a Cell.
But
And
they-
don't put
might
KO in
have-
a cell. Put the 4 of them in a cell. Fatal four-way for the U.S.
Yep.
Do
And-
not
yeah.
put the others in a cell.
And that way, Sheamus and
That would
Cesaro can put on a clinic like they did tonight, and Roman didn't have to worry about being carried.
Right, and what I think that would be a great match to put in a cell because then you could do something different. There haven't been any 4-ways in a cell. There've been like 6.
Giggity.
There've been 3.
How
Special
bad?
ref,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards.
CT saying then they can both kick then they can both kick the shit out of that asshole. So all right. So again, lots of questions coming to the main card to the title picture there that we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's all speculation. There's no real dirt sheets to really even address it.
Not yet.
So our second category here in the State of the Universe, we're going to talk the mid card division, the U.S. title picture.
Speaking of Roman,
We were kind of talking about it,
And everybody,
Here we go.
Yeah, fucking Bob. He's sitting at home right now, stroking his little self. His ego. Sorry.
He might be petting his bald head.
Is that what he's doing?
I don't know. He's going, I'm so, or doing the, pat on the head, tummy rub thing, going, I'm so right.
I picture him more like Buffalo Bill. I'd fuck me. Looking in the mirror and shit.
Do you think I'm sexy? Isn't it Buffalo Bob?
Buffalo Bob, yeah. Buffalo Bob. There we go.
do me.
Was she a big fat girl? Give me back the dog, bitch. All right, I'm off topic. All right, so
what's the lotion in the basket?
Right. So Roman gets it. So finally, Roman can put Vince can put a belt on Roman, and the crowd will go, okay.
But you said, okay, we just kind of touched on it. You said, obviously, Rusev's going to get a rematch. I like Steve throwing him in there as a 4-way. There you go. There's your match. I mean, there's your division.
Right. Roman, Rusev, Sheamus, and Cesaro.
Yep.
That's too much.
No. That's how much you need to carry Roman.
That's a lot of big
guys. That's how much you
That's
need
a
to
lot
carry
of big guys in one room.
That's why you put him in a cell.
Hey, everybody say hi to Noah. Noah's back. Hey,
Hi,
Noah.
What's up, Noah?
Hey,
We're just shooting the shit, man. Talking some wrestling. Why don't you got some shit on your mind, let us know. So I don't think there's much.
Sammy get in the mix
No.
to fight Roman. I mean, that's face.
I don't know what Sammy's going to do next after beating losing to Jericho tonight.
Jericho
He's hinted
clearly-
at wanting that title.
Yeah.
before
Jericho
with
clearly
KO,
is
so.
going to wrestle guys, but still be involved in the KO
He's
storyline.
going to be like the Roddy Piper of the division.
Who say Sammy is?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, what about obviously Raw kind of needs a main event face. What about, do you guys see a Jericho turn? I mean, eventually I think it's going to happen.
I don't think the crowd would accept him as a
I love this current run that
Why are you so loud?
Am I really loud?
Go ahead.
Doesn't it sound like
It's all right. He's good. He's just talking correctly into the mic for a change, so I got to adjust the settings.
Oh, okay.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the current run that he's on right now, but I mean, there is a void, and this has been awesome for.
You're such a brute. I beat the table every time I make a point.
You got to think eventually he's going to need some time off. He's going to go out as a face, lose something, and just disappear for a while.
Go out with Fozzy.
Break. Yeah.
I thought Fozzy
He's
broke
been going
up.
at it for a while now.
I saw them live actually. He was very good.
Really?
Yeah, I was actually impressed.
Well, that's very interesting. That was
I just had to add to it.
Street Stories by Brian. So you're saying Jericho pops into the mid card and battles. Oh, you're talking about Sammy. You're talking about Sammy. Okay. So yeah.
I was talking about Jericho with Owens.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh wow. So you went back and
but I just realized that was far back.
Challenge for the main.
That's okay. I don't want to
saying that the Jericho's not going to be in the mid card because he's going to eventually break up with KO.
Yes, correct.
Uh-oh. Guess who's on the board, guys? Guess who's here?
Paige.
Oh,
Jonathan.
Hey, we missed you. He hadn't been around for a while.
Well, he got excited when he heard that Paige wasn't leaving. So
I was expecting
he's
her
probably
all
been
night,
masturbating nonstop for 3 days.
He joined
at
us
least.
perfect timing because we're next topic is the women's division.
Well, it is. Real quick though, I'll give him a little shout out here. He said he'll give the show a 3.4 out of 10. Wow, that's brutal, Jonathan.
Why not 3.6? Clearly, it was deserving of a 3.6.
I think we all averaged about a B.
That's about right.
The matches weren't bad. I mean, I thought the booking was actually pretty good too.
Yep.
Well, we consider what they had to work with.
And he also said could have had more Page nudes. Oh, that's why the score is low. Not enough Page nudes. All right.
It would be a 15 out of 10 if there was a Page nude.
Noah's coming in here. I don't want to see Jericho as a face. He's proven with this current run that he's way better as a heel, and I completely agree with that. And Jonathan Stephanie's hotter than Paige. Okay. You guys talk about that on the board. Here we go. So our next division in the State of the Universe is the Raw Women's Division, and specifically looking at the repercussions of the ending of the women's match, seeing Charlotte take the belt back. So here's my prediction, and then you guys can just tell me I'm a fucking idiot or whatever. My prediction is Charlotte takes the belt, Paige comes back. You're welcome, Jonathan. They start a little thing there because remember Paige did beat Charlotte.
You are stealing my point from a couple weeks ago. This is exactly what I said. I said Charlotte is going to win.
I'm sorry.
Because Sasha and Bayley are going to have a feud after this, and the returning Paige is going to, because she had the clean wins. You're totally just took verbatim my point.
That's a great point, Steve.
Yeah.
All right. Good job.
Thanks, Bob.
Go back in time and look. Good job, Rob.
Okay, fine. So go ahead and discuss it then.
Well, that way you build the division. You still have Nia Jax with Foxy doing whatever, and maybe she gets some other people. Maybe she kills. Maybe Foxy goes and gets Summer Rae and tries to. I don't know. And Nia now beats 2 girls at the same time, so that way she can solidify herself, still away from the belt and the rest of that. Obviously, I think Sasha and Bayley are going to go. And
because I said during the pre-show that she was showing some some over her heel personality from NXT. So I'm thinking she's about to flip on her ass.
They could also, pawn Bayley off on Nia Jax. They've had history in NXT before.
Yeah,
so.
but the good thing about putting Bayley with Sasha here is she was thrust, in my opinion, too quickly into the title picture. So this takes her out of it without a squash job.
Right. Well, and I'm surprised they didn't continue anything post-match between Bayley and Sasha. The match just kind of ended, and then that was that. Sasha didn't continue, the friction that they had.
Well, you even brought that up. They're probably going to save for Raw. Good TV.
Yeah, but I thought
Raw.
that maybe that they would kind of
something.
Yeah,
even a look.
Something.
Down.
Yeah, something. But they just Charlotte won, and they just went on to the next match.
On to the next one.
I guess.
Jumping in here real quick. I know it's given Clash of Champions 7 out of 10, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
And CT says the women's division is garbage minus Bayley, and I wish you were in studio so I could disagree with you because. I do. I'm not saying the division is at its finest, but I am saying if I look around, Sasha and Charlotte they're not chumps.
It is only 5 deep. You got to admit that.
No, put that ass to sleep. Sure, absolutely.
Right. Unless we have somebody like Emma.
I'm not talking about fisting, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm talking about there's 5 girls on the
Emma's ready to go, right?
Still in the mix, even though
is she going to SmackDown or Raw?
I don't know.
Well, okay, maybe Emma.
I see her going to SmackDown.
Maybe this is why they kept Emma off air. Maybe instead of Paige, maybe it's Emma that comes back and goes after Charlotte.
Right.
You stole my Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
Or Dana. She helps Dana.
No, because Dana for 2 weeks was with Emma before she got hurt.
Well, she was a lot longer than that, actually. But yes.
I'll add to
on
it.
TV.
Emma and Ryder are Emma and Zack Ryder are
an item.
Yes.
thing. Yeah. So I'm assuming that they're
they're
not going to get the Alberto Page treatment and split them up.
They did,
but they're only they're only split up as far as TV goes. They still attend the other tapings. I mean, they're not like I go from one Raw to the next. They're there on site in case they need to be used. For so it's like going to work. They clock in the morning and they clock out at night, but they all show up there even if it's not their show.
Ready to go.
Jonathan says, "Fuck Bayley, she's annoying." Okay, that's awesome. I'm sorry. Jonathan and Noah are having a conversation about all the women on the roster right now, so we're just going to let them have that, and you guys on the board can enjoy that. I just want to jump back.
We definitely, though, think that Charlotte's getting a new contender.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sasha's out of the picture. She's got shit to settle with Bayley.
I think a returning Page does sounds about right.
It sounds perfect. I just want to jump back to this because CT's jumping on this division here, and I'm not comparing SmackDown to Raw. I think SmackDown has their division, their orders settled a lot better than Raw. But I think after tonight, Raw is planting the seeds.
Evolving.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, tonight they were like, okay, here we go. It's not just going to be about the belt anymore. We have created a rivalry over here.
Hey, don't forget about Foxy.
And Foxy right. Nia Jax got her little deal earlier too.
Well, when Sasha joins them, it's going to be the new nation for women.
That's kind of what this card felt like to me. It kind of felt like it was the middle part of a 3-part series. There was no conclusions for anything, but it was also building off of previous storylines.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Naomi will switch shows October the 4th.
Yeah.
I watch her twerk on the Connor's Cure logo all day. Here we go. Next topic is going to be number 4, our tag team division. So we all noticed the one thing is that and I'll give credit to Adam. To Bob here. So we were in here watching it.
Wait, are you good?
I'm gonna give you the fucking credit. It's Adam said good point, Bob. It's an inside joke, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so Adam said now I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
That's what he does.
I asked if the face team does a screw job.
Yeah. Or have we ever seen that before?
Right, without a retaliation, because there's tons of times where, like in the Sheamus Cesaro rivalry, where Sheamus used the ropes, so then in the next part, Cesaro used the ropes. So when you do a retaliatory thing, it's no big deal. But even the fans gave a pop when Francesca 2 was used to knock Gallows out by Xavier. Everybody went like, no, not like this.
There was a momentary kind of.
As a next heel turn for Gallows and Anderson, I guess they can complain about it.
Did they flip sides, Steve?
I think this just continues the trend of
Club
guys just kind of riding that line of not being good, not being bad, but just kind of.
New Day is?
I mean, but there's other guys that are just
No,
like
sure,
that. You know, Seth is like that. He's
I'm
not really.
I'm not judging your opinion. I'm just asking you to reiterate.
Yeah, New Day, right?
The reason I don't think it's so bad is because New Day started this title run as heels. So I mean, why not finish it that way?
I don't think this is a turn. You can't go hook or crook on Gallows and Anderson and get a heel turn. I mean, they're pretty significant heels. They're solid heels. So being nasty or cheating on them is not going to give you a heel turn. Now, if they were fighting, I don't know, Enzo and Cass, and they pulled that shit, that's a heel turn.
But this makes Gallows and Anderson look pretty bad.
Yeah, well, even Juan's saying right now that it makes the club look like jobbers.
Yeah, they need to address that on Raw tomorrow.
Well, because how many times have they lost now to New Day? This is at least their third title opportunity, at least.
In fact, I'll say out of all the matches, I thought this was the one that I would get right. I thought this was the guarantee in all of them. I thought they were going to get the belts. Didn't happen.
I did too. I thought they were going to move to a new direction with the tag division.
Well, that's why you both did terrible.
All right, somebody kill the dog. CT saying they need to stop. Well, we'll start with Noah. We'll start with Juan because Juan's even better. Juan saying there is no tag division, which I don't disagree there. It's not like they're utilizing. Well, no, I disagree because Shining Stars and Enzo and Cass are doing their thing.
Yeah, we expected to kind of see them tonight.
Look, everybody, we gotta think. We can think critically, but we gotta be fair here.
Got to think big picture.
Yeah, well, in big picture being is we're not one single roster now. We don't have a, you might have been used to a 10 tag team division before when we had a one.
Or seeing multiple tag matches in a Raw.
Right, exactly right.
Or pay-per-view.
Yes, even the women. The women are six people on SmackDown, 5 people right now on Raw. So the divisions are going to be smaller than we're used to because of the brand split and the individual rosters. So I wouldn't get too down on the fact that I want 20 tag teams. You're just not going to get it. This is the new reality, and either you accept it or you don't. It is what it is. I mean, I would like to see 30 tag teams, but maybe not that many.
Too much.
Yeah, but I like to see 10 tag teams. They can space out with factions and other things, but it's not going to happen. Let's see here. CT. Says they need to stop with the New Day push. We get it. They can sell merch, but just push the club. Jonathan, the New Day can go fuck themselves with that stupid trombone.
Well, I actually, tomorrow is day 400. Gallows and Anderson, Foley might say you were screwed. I'm going to give you a rematch, and they might get put over tomorrow.
That's possible. Yeah, it's a possibility.
I mean, that way they have a nice 400 as their title run.
I agree. And Noah's saying the Shining Stars are trash. They might be trash.
But their properties are not.
They're timeshares.
Yes, their timeshares are not trash.
Look, they're not bad workers in the ring. Okay, they're not going to be the most flashy tag team out there. They're not the best on the mic, but they do enough to make you kind of giggle here and there.
This is the best packaging they've had.
It is. It's damn sure better than the fucking Matadors.
And when they were just pretending they were the Carlito's little lackeys.
Yeah. I mean, if we look back through the history of wrestling, I mean. We've seen the Shining Stars many times before. I mean, sure. they're a kind of a gimmick tag team that's going to take. They're going to get some wins here, but most of the time they're going to job out
and then get repackaged.
Right. So I mean, they might be trash in the sense that
talent there.
Yeah,
if you can do that.
They're it's like Slater. Slater's been around forever, but he's never. He's just kind of taken the bumps, played the role. So I mean, I wouldn't bash on the Shining Stars too much. I like them elevating them to some relevancy in the tag division. Give them something. Otherwise, you're going, oh, well, Enzo and Cass fighting the Shining Stars. Well, that's stupid. Shining Stars lose every fucking week. They're like the Ascension. No, you want them to say, hey, there's a chance. Yeah, sorry, Brian.
Dig it,
Brian. Sorry, Brian. I just got to say there's a chance that, maybe they could win, and now you have that in your mind that maybe they could win. And the problem is the brand split is not going to work. Well, Juan, it's still the jury's still out. The brand split is.
Well, right now, Juan, the reason you're right and the reason it's simple is we don't have large divisions. Nobody's more than 5 or 6 at the top, in the middle, just nobody's there. So that's the problem right now is until we find enough talent, I think maybe they just were premature on the brand split, or it's because everybody that's injured or left or threw them curveballs. Because at the draft, there were so many people that have not even been on TV. Big Show was drafted by Raw, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
We saw him once maybe in that Battle Royal thing.
Are you complaining?
No, I'm just saying that was a wasted spot. Too. Yeah, that was a wasted spot. Curtis Axel hasn't been on. Kurt Hawkins, they've been teasing on my show. Shelton got injured. Alberto left. There's just a ton of curveballs. I think a lot of this they're just trying to make up on the fly.
Yeah, and CT's asking why can't there be? They need like 2 more tag teams, and that might happen. I mean, the Revival. I mean, they're on their second title run, so they're not going to be there too much longer in NXT.
No.
Gargano and Ciampa.
I think they're the next ones up.
Well, now they're part of the cruiserweight division.
But
Are they going to jump back and forth and go tag?
Why couldn't they?
Because I don't want to cross the lines.
Well, they're
only.
They're building a division of singles wrestlers in the cruiserweight division already. So Gargano and Ciampa, however you pronounce it, they can go to the tag division, and it's not like the CWC's losing anything necessarily with them not being there.
Yeah, I wonder how they could go. Maybe they could do something with Shining Stars and Enzo and Cass, do kind of like some triple threat tag team matches away from the belt. Maybe wow us in some ladder or something.
Yeah, upload saying maybe the Authors of Pain with Paul Ellering. I mean,
those guys.
I don't know if they're ready.
Yeah, I just think if you take from NXT right now, there's not really enough to carry NXT even. I mean, you have them, who's it, TM61.
Yeah, but I'm telling you.
There's a lot of people waiting in the wings.
There's a lot of people waiting in the wings in NXT.
Yeah, they're just waiting for gimmicks.
If you go to live shows in Florida, you will see tag teams you've never fucking heard of. There's a lot of people waiting for other guys to go the fuck away so they can get on.
Yeah, but just because the guys are there, it doesn't mean you have to bring them up and you have guys waiting in the wings. I think if they're not ready, they shouldn't be brought up.
No, I agree with that.
Right.
Well, and since Rob brought it up,
but Revival's ready.
They're ready.
The Paul Ellering thing, I don't think Rob was watching back then. But do you guys remember 3-minute warning with Umaga and Rosie?
Of course.
And Bischoff. That's what they feel like. They feel like the exact same. Don't let these. Don't let these 2 guys talk. Just have Paul Ellering point and go kill. That's all they need. And eventually that gimmick's going to wear out just the same as 3-minute warning because neither guy can talk. They made one a monster. They made one a superhero sidekick to Hurricane Helms.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll just these couple more, and then we'll move on to the next topic. CT saying Neville and Zayn as a tag team would be pretty good. And I think as far as talent, yes, but in my opinion, I am enjoying the fact that we have traditional tag teams going on, right? We don't have these 2 people put together. I mean, Rhino and Slater, different situation.
That works.
It works, but
it's a work.
I don't want to see Daniel and Kane anymore.
The reason you don't want to see that is because every time the tag team division gets killed, it's because 2 main eventers or 2 mid-carders join forces and hold the belts.
That aren't doing anything.
Right, and that kills the division because now you've got all these tag teams out there that don't have anything to fight for because Rock and Sock are holding the belts or because Cena and Kane, or like you said, Daniel Bryan and Kane, something fucked up and weird.
Right. Yeah. So we'll close this one out with just this final thought here by CT, James Ellsworth and Triple H. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
Would be too awesome.
So
the new evolution.
Right. Cruiserweight division. So we saw TJ retain, and we saw the Brian Kendrick go full heel.
Yes, he did.
And so that answers one question, not necessarily fully, but in a moderate pace. Are they going to have character development within the Cruiserweight division?
Well, I wonder if Neville is going to join the Cruiserweight division and maybe he'll fight the Brian Kendrick. Maybe they'll have something. But do you think if they do, I suggested maybe a little mini number 1 contender tournament for Hell in a Cell, but do you think that Neville is part of that division?
I see the CWC, and Brian, I know you're all chomping at this one. I see Neville, I don't see him fitting in with the Cruiserweight division. Only by size, I do. Not in in-ring skill, not in worker, as an in-ring worker.
He could try, prove himself.
I think what we've seen him kind of, obviously he's capable of doing that cruiserweight style, but for, since he's been here, the cruiserweight division hasn't been there. So
he has to hold back against the bigger guys.
Yeah, exactly. So he's throwing in some stuff, but I'm sure he's got plenty of things that we have not seen yet.
Because there's a lot of guys he can't lift. Like if he were to fight, so-and-so of X size, he can't lift him. He can't do all the
Perkins can mix it up.
Yeah. Right. TJ Perkins, maybe he can just flip and fly and do all sorts of things.
I mean, I disagree. I definitely want to see him kind of join, and that'll give him something to do. I don't see him really going for the U.S. title, but I can see him,
That's why he's on my show.
Plus, that makes the division, it gives it credibility. When you see guys that are already on the roster come to the Cruiserweight division, it'll give it a little bit more luster.
It's not a lack of desire on my part. I mean, if he could hang with the boys, I wouldn't mind seeing him. I'm just worried from what I've seen from him already, and you guys kind of covered that point. I'm worried that would bring the Cruiserweight division down, right? It would make it too generic, too PG era main roster wrestling, and not indie style what we're seeing right now. Noah's saying that TJ Perkins' entrance was awesome.
A video game kind of.
Yeah, it's like an 80s video game thing. Good point, Bob. And now here's a question: Did CT saying why the fuck didn't they sign Zack Sabre Jr.? Did they not sign him?
I think it was more of a thing where he doesn't really want to commit to WWE just yet. He's got a ton of things going on in Japan, and right now, I mean, he's one of the guys where he can kind of demand his own schedule, and he can make a very good living on the indies and doesn't need the WWE right now.
Sure.
I do think that he will be back. Obviously, he's in good standing if he was.
He's young too.
He's I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure.
Mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could take a couple years.
Yeah. So overall, we're getting a lot of grades here on the match. Jonathan's saying that the match itself was a 2.8 out of 5. I guess that's better than halfway there on your scale. You did 10 earlier. Now you're doing 5. What are you doing to me?
Because there's no page.
You know, and I want to address that.
I'm surprised he didn't give you pie.
Right. I want to address that. I thought that the match, there was some sloppy moments, and it maybe, and again, didn't live up to the tournament, and maybe that's the tournament's fault. But I'm wondering if they're like we talked the other show.
They've been held back.
Are they getting handcuffed a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the match that they had tonight, we did kind of say it was a little, I don't want to say sloppy, but there were kind of a couple moves where Kendrick didn't make. He could have made it look a little bit better. And we've seen TJP, do his moves, and people take it a little bit better than Kendrick did.
Well, I do agree with you though a little bit, Rob, like that they're probably dialed back to a certain extent because you don't want to overshadow the whole program. You just don't. I mean, there's too much at stake. This is one match, one division, and they've already broken all sorts of like headway with the CWC tournament. You don't want it to overshadow anymore.
I disagree. If they're going to continue to put them as far as booking where they put them tonight, near the bottom of the card, then no, I think it should be a WoW match.
Yeah, but no, remember
even,
what happened?
Even an overshadowing match.
But do you remember what happened on Raw? The last Raw before this pay-per-view. They had that great four-way number one contender that Kendrick won, and then they marched out their main event, and it didn't hold.
Well, and again, that was back-to-back matches. That was having the cruiserweights and then having the main event directly after it, which we all said, that's garbage. Why are you doing that? But in this case...
But this is Raw's first payper-view. They kept saying it over and over again. They don't want to get overshadowed by CWC in their first pay-per-view.
I disagree. There was 4 or 5 matches between the main event and the cruisers.
I know, but I'm saying you don't want that to be the show-stealing match when it's the new brand coming in, and this is supposed to be your signature, first pay-per-view as a Raw brand. No. I'm just saying the other thing is if you do, here's the other kind of concept to think of it. If you do such an amazing 10 match, if you go out there and put out a 10, where do you have to go? Nowhere but down. If you start with something like this, you can build back up.
No, I
like
cannot,
the opening rounds of the tournament.
Cannot
just like the opening rounds of the tournament.
The opening rounds of the tournament were fucking awesome. Yes,
but it got better and better.
The finale was fucking over the top amazing. But no. You should have came out tonight and let the cruiserweights put on their best fucking performance, blew the fucking show out, and got the buzz going on them. And people who weren't indie fucking fans going, oh my god,
maybe this was the best.
Push Brian Kendrick's heel character. That's the whole purpose of it.
But I'm worried that
that's what he's worried about. The signing storylines.
Well, now storylines in about competition are fine. If he's going to heel because he's been there before and I'm going to fucking do this and make it whatever and fight, then cool. If they start arguing over girlfriends, then I'm like, no, I don't want that shit.
No.
Custody battle for Dominic.
But I do believe that they handcuffed him in the ring and they focused more about the character development with Brian Kendrick than anything else.
I'm just saying we have tons of ex-wrestlers here that say that they limit their moveset. We know that Randy, when he started, was a lot better than he is now. We know that Daniel Bryan, at the end of his career, was completely limited. We could have scripted all of his matches. We know that we could script Roman. We know that we could script Sheamus. I just think that this is, now that they're under the Raw umbrella, this is what we're going to get.
Yeah, but we've seen people move from that. You've seen KO, who's come in, and his moveset has been a little bit more dynamic than we saw 2 years ago on the roster.
That was in his debut. Now we could probably pick out. I can pick out
new shit. AJ does new shit. People do new shit all the time. They are expanding their fucking their offensive movesets.
Yeah.
For the most part, I mean, I will say, like, guys like Ric Flair, like, obviously you're going to see all the same spots and stuff, but...
I mean, KO, you're going to get a cannonball, you're going to get this, but every once in a while he'll throw something in there and you're like, fucking wow.
And he entertains us in between.
Yeah, sham wow, and then somebody else does something, and Sami Zayn throws something new in here or there. They're going to have their signature moves. We know that.
I'm pretty blown away by your opinion, Adam, I got to say. I didn't think that you...
Look...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, just with how you think that these guys are are holding back.
I think that they're either holding back toward because they want to build towards something to have a upper echelon crescendo, or I think that they're now on the main roster and we can't have you overshadowing our upper echelon guys. Yeah. We can't have you stealing the show from the main event. We just can't have it. So now your moveset's limited.
No. The main event is subject to who deserves to be there. The championship, the Universal
Roman deserves to be there.
No. Listen to me now. We've seen many times when the championship match is at the end and it should not have been, a la Taker and Shawn, right?
Right.
Okay, so, I mean, look, here's a good point. Upload test. The main event is usually supposed to be more about the theater,
the story,
right, than the work. Right. The CW match could be over the top, and the Upload test example is the TLC match. Mm-hmm. That comes in early at a Mania, and it blows pretty much the whole card away.
Yeah, Money in the Bank when it was there.
So, in that point, why couldn't you have them? And you could even
but in that point, why can't you have both, Rob? Because tonight I think you had a good match and you told a story as the main event.
That's the best thing. You have to have a good mesh of a little bit. You have to meet it halfway.
But I'm saying, why can't cruiserweights be the main event every once in a while? I mean, if they're that fucking good, I mean
they can be on Raw.
I mean, it's not
Divas have been main event on Raw.
Pay-per-view.
If you look at it this way,
never on a pay-per-view.
Well, why not? If you look at it this way,
it'll never happen.
Well,
I'm not.
The women main evented fucking NXT.
Have they ever
People said that would never happen, but it happened.
Event in the past?
Yeah, but that's because Hunter has control there.
I don't know.
Well, no, look, here's the thing, though. If you want to do hierarchy, the U.S. belt is clearly below the Universal belt, right? But the cruiserweight.
Don't tell Rusev that.
The cruiserweight's not in an echelon of hierarchy there. The cruiserweight is an even belt with the Universal. It's just for a smaller weight division. So if you take at it from that, if you look at it from that aspect, then you could easily have a justification for putting the cruiserweights as the main event of an evening. It is still the top belt in a division of people.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying they're still going to limit their moveset.
I'm agreeing with you there. I'm just saying they shouldn't. They should let them give a 10-star match every time.
I wish.
All right.
I think they're capable of it.
Let's see here. That was fun. We'll just run through the board here real quick, and we'll jump to the next topic.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Good point, Bob.
Randy has been limited to the same match. He could put on crazy matches every night. Even right now, he can. True. I mean, that's another example. Randy has been. Now, I don't know if it's Randy
Speaking of main events that did nothing, he got busted open in 2 minutes or whatever the fuck that was.
And you know what? Honestly, I think with somebody like Randy, I don't know if that's creative or the production staff or whoever or Vince limiting them in the match. I think Randy's been around long enough. He's like, I'm going to do these fucking 7 moves.
I think he's on autopilot at this point.
Yeah. He doesn't have to prove himself anymore.
It's because they put him in an autopilot sense. They're saying, here's the 15 moves you're allowed to use. So he's like, fuck it. I'm just going to do the what was the?
I think there's a little bit
this
of both
is how moves like Cena's 5 whatever of Doom started. It's because we can predict this is what they're allowed to do. Nobody really uses a knee when Triple H was around until now Rollins can do it.
And that's fine, but Steve, what Adam's saying is fine. Okay, cool. I'm just saying Randy himself. Like maybe this is why Randy agreed to get busted open in that main event, because he's like, I don't want to do anything except for my moves and then take a bump here or there. And, that'll be me.
Something Brock would say, according to Dean. I'm just going to do 10 suplexes. I'm going to then F5 you 6 times, I'm going to pin you.
I'm just saying Randy probably has that choice. But it's going down there. CW title, the CW title, I'm just going to say fucking CWC forever.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, Milli Vanilli. Title match could eventually main event if the feud is meaningful enough. We're probably main event Raw at least eventually. Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely, Tess. And Jonathan, the CW roster doesn't hold the damn candle to the WCW Cruiserweight roster. God, I have heard that so many times, and I cannot disagree more.
That's like the Attitude Era comment. I wish it was like the Attitude Era.
I think right now we have to give it some time. I mean, the WCW guys that they had at that point had already had really big careers. I mean, the guys that the WWE has right now, I mean, Perkinson's been around, but, I mean...
Your point isn't made if you don't slap the table.
I haven't slapped anything.
No, he did a big pop with a P there.
Oh,
Perkins.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just...
That's because where we're from, Perkins is a restaurant.
And again, I want to go back to it with Regal saying on the show, saying that these guys are multifaceted wrestlers in their styles. I personally, for me, when I think back to WCW Cruiserweights, I think high flyers, some reversal stuff here and there, but not as much grappling, not as much submission.
A lot of lucha.
Right. So
They do a blend though here, where you still get that high flyer stuff, but you get some mat wrestling, you get some technical. That's
what I like about it.
I mean, look
it's
at
a great blend. That's why I think Neville deserves a chance, because if he can go with these guys,
the three.
But then you have someone like Gentleman Jack come in and mix it up and
submission when you stand in the corner going, ask him. Him.
The most significant, the last 3 matches for the cruiserweights were the most significant. That was the finals, that was the Monday Night Raw debut, and that was tonight. And all 3 ended in a submission, which tells you maybe they're trying to tell the crowd, hey, these guys don't just jump around a lot. They're not
jump around.
Wow. Okay. On that note, good discussion. Next topic is going to be. We did that 5. So there you go.
It's Rawsome time.
Is it Rawsome time?
Show me the
money. Hey guys, it's your girl Kiara from Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Since Royal Rumble 2016, we have been striving to bring you an entertaining smart mark perspective from the world of professional wrestling. What we do is a labor of love, but new equipment and segments cost time and money. If you have enjoyed our show, we ask that you become a patron and donate what you can to help us continue to improve and grow week to week. Make a donation and we will let you pick a topic or join us for a segment of the broadcast. It's real easy. Go to markedoutwrestling.com and click on the Be a Patron link at the top. We thank you in advance for anything you can do to help. And as always, thank you for the privilege of your time.
Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! You my motherfucker! Show me the money!
Oh, yeah.
And now it's time for the Rawsome Awards.
Oops.
And your host, Rody Robb.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Rawsome Awards. We usually reserve this for our Monday Night Rawsome show, but since this is a Raw
this counts
pay-per-view, we can pull it off, right? So I just want to throw a little Noah here. Noah's saying, let me jump in these before I'm just going to hit both of these real quick. These are good. Well, if Kota Ibushi and Sabre Jr. were there, this roster would be up there. Well, Jonathan, again, I disagree. I'm not disagreeing on their skill, but that I am disagreeing on. And Noah says, the Attitude Era, all caps, the Attitude Era is the greatest era in wrestling. Oh, jerks off on picture of Sable.
God.
You hear that last part?
About Sable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
All right, just want to make sure you heard that part.
Lovely.
Yes. Hey, we have the classiest listeners in all of Markdom. Oh, damn it! I'm hitting the wrong button.
Booker Botch Award.
All right, Booker Botch Award. So here we go, Booker Botch Award. We're going to start with Steve Awesome here.
It should be obvious. No Triple H tonight. That would have added a more exciting element to the ending. I would have given it a show an A if he had shown up and done something.
Okay. All right, we got a point for Steve Awesome. Let's go, Brian.
I had where were Enzo and Cass?
Enzo and Cass.
Right?
Point.
Where were they?
I don't know. Maybe there's the guys that were doing the booking were a couple of haters. Maybe it's a couple of haters. Adam.
I put the end of the best of 7/9, whatever you want to call it there.
Yeah.
It's just Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, I'm absolutely agreeing with you here. Booker Botch Award for me is the finish of Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, because the order otherwise was really good on the pay-per-view, I thought.
Agreed. Definitely. I have no qualms about the match order on the card.
Yeah, match order was wonderful. I thought even for the most part, the ending to the matches, with the exception of maybe the main event and this one particular, the endings were acceptable in my mind. So anyway, so our next one,
The Debbie Downer Awards.
the Debbie Downer Award. Let's go Adam first on this one.
Mine is very simple. Roman winning. That was a downer.
Oh, here we go, Brian.
I had the same exact thing.
Stevie.
I had the Sheamus and Cesaro match. It was a downer because they didn't resolve anything.
Okay. It might end up being kind of like they were saying earlier on the chat board, it might end up being a really good thing that it didn't. We're going to sit there eating crow going, oh, I guess it worked out better than we thought it
I hope so.
Mine is going to be, my Debbie Downer is Cesaro's slow-ass 619. I mean,
it looked like Dean's rope move. That's why you hated it.
Right. Juan even agrees with me here, but yeah, it was like kudos for the homage, but the performance I'm going to give you and real quick, Corey Graves, Roman, taps into his explosive offense.
Explosive.
Roman's explosive offense. Corey, dude, don't lose me. I like you. don't you throw those fucking lies at me. I don't need that mess.
Yeah, you can call out everybody else, but is somebody pulling your purse strings saying you better like Roman?
Right,
Makes me think that.
Let's see here. Roman being on my TV is the Debbie Downer for CT, and Alberto stealing my woman is Jonathan's.
You know how they can block out
Roman for one.
Nudity or signs they don't want you to see, or on the WWE Network you can block out the old WWF logos.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be awesome if they could just block Roman out so that you still watched everything but you couldn't see him?
It'd be like the Wrestling the Predator.
Yeah,
or something.
you could hear him, but yeah, Predator. I'm go with that.
Wow. Okay.
Jobber of the Night Awards.
Jobber of the Night Award. Brian, why don't you start this one off, bud?
I had Gallows and Anderson losing to the New Day. I really thought that they were going to win the belts tonight.
Yeah, I was very shocked on that.
Yeah,
all
seriously.
Right. Steve, awesome.
I got to give Alicia Fox for taking a beating from Nia Jax tonight. She did, has some good offense.
Yeah, you know what? I was surprised. It actually wasn't a horrible match. It really wasn't. Adam.
I actually I picked Bayley. Bayley took a lot of spots where she was not involved in the triple threat for a while because Dana or somebody took her out, so she kind of jobbed out tonight.
Yeah, I've got Bayley as well for taking the pin. Bayley took the pin, which doesn't kill Sasha. Doesn't even really kill Bayley necessarily in the situation with the new feud that we see developing. So it's like, okay, that's cool. So our next one.
Holy Shit Award.
The Holy Shit Award. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to go ahead and buzz myself because nothing really holy it's not an indictment, but nothing holy shitted me. Stevie?
Yeah, it was hard to figure out something, but just the old school references tonight, the 619 and the DX crossing. It's like, hey, that was kind of cool.
Okay, sure, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Brian.
You guys are nuts. My holy shit award was Cesaro's dive when he landed on his head.
Yeah.
Headbuster.
I would have. Yeah, that was
had a concussion.
We watch every time. Like, don't show it again. Yeah. Oh God. I do think though in the slow mo, you kind of saw his forearm come down and brace him just a little bit.
He almost did the heel touch though.
The heel. Yeah. He almost pulled it back there. Adam.
Mine, I kind of agree with you other than the Cesaro one, but I put for the cruiserweights the third consecutive tap out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a holy shit to me because they're redefining a division, I feel.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't think this one out better because those are some really great fucking points. We got Noah with Cesaro and CT Cesaro. So Jobber of the Night is Mick Foley for Jonathan and for backing down to Kevin Owens. And so there we go. Next one is going to be
the best comedic performance.
Okay, let's start with Adam on this one.
Mine has got to be Y2J. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. How many times are you going to say that's my best friend?
I know it's an inside joke between us, and well, you at home won't know this, but my daughter, 5 years old, she doesn't have all the friends in the neighborhood. She doesn't know any of their names. She literally calls all of them my best friend. So she's like, "I'm gonna go see my best friend." I'm like, "Who? My best friend? Who? My best friend?" You know, people like for you to know their fucking names already.
Well, you also want to know which house,
right?
Yeah, that's
which house exactly. Where are you going? My best friend's house. Is it in a van down the street? Where are we going?
By
here?
the river.
His name is Matt Foley.
Oh Jesus, Brian.
I had Y2J. I had.
Here's my best friend.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
Aw, Brian. Best. When you say that, I see Lemmy from Of Mice and Men and he's my best friend.
Petting him.
Just pet the bunny, Lemmy.
Pet the bunny, Lenny. Steve Awesome.
Well, since you guys had Y2J, I'll give it to New Day because their promos are always funny. The fart in the crowded elevator kind of reference.
Right.
Shit, it's always funny.
I'm going to give mine to the Indianapolis crowd for the CM Punk chants during the Roman match. Every time they do that, it's like ultimate disrespect, and I'm like, you couldn't have picked a better guy.
Every time they're ever going to show the UFC clip of CM Punk, it's going to be disrespect.
Right. And by the way, out there, world, Bob, it was raging on the text message thread that how great of a fucking match was. Roman and Rusev.
Oh
yeah. Well, he said I see his point about saying how great of a work it was, and it told the story and did whatever, and Lana getting banned and him putting him over and all of that. But the whole thing is just like, who gives a shit?
What did I say that was too soon? I don't know. The van down by the river?
Best character performance.
I don't know. Best character performance is going to be
maybe your daughter in a van. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, no. Let's go the character performance. I'm going to go Corey Graves for me. I thought He stood out tonight.
Even though you called him out a second ago?
I did. I know. Hey, good and bad, baby. Good and bad. I think that he did really well tonight, highlighting himself as the heel announcer, and he was speaking loud enough and clear enough and dominating the mic enough that I could actually hear him through the night, where, like, on Raw, I'm like, did he say something? Did I miss something? It was pretty present tonight, I thought. And maybe it was with the pace of the matches. I'm not sure. But we'll go Adam next.
Mine was Lana. I really thought Lana did a good job pulling the ref off, doing her part in the ring, being part of that feud and not just coming out there. She did her job as valet.
All right. Oh, CT was talking about too soon for Of Mice and Men. Really? All right, cool. Brian.
I had Kevin Owens. I didn't see him going this way of being kind of like the chicken shit heel that wins because of outside interference. Or
But
the ref.
he's not even asking for it.
That's the weird thing. But I'm
like Hunter came and did that for him. He didn't ask for that. Jericho comes running down. He didn't ask for that.
But that's the kind of character that he is. I mean, he's the guy that wants
go back to petting the bunnies.
Yeah, he's the guy that wants to fight.
Right.
So I'm surprised to see him doing this. That's all.
Stevie.
I had Kevin Owens also, man, from top to bottom, in ring, on the promos, everything. He was on it.
Yeah, poor Kevin got a couple bad camera angles on that belly popping out when he was laying on his back.
You can't help that.
No,
yeah, but that's
part of his charm.
That front stomach crack just doesn't look right.
Oh God. Let's go here to the board. Here we got some good ones. LOL award goes to Michael Cole for calling a clothesline a big boot. Okay, I didn't see that one. Best character
sounds
performance.
about right though.
Yeah, best character performance hands down is the Brock Lesnar guy.
He's there every week.
Jonathan Kiera. Every time she always identifies him. I'd never see him, and she's like, "Did you see the Brock Lesnar guy?" Let's see. We got
We decided he's a trust fund baby. That's why he flies around on the shows.
This is a great one. This is a really good one. CT saying best character performance is Sheamus trying to get back to the ring. That was some heavy duty overacting. Which
it was overacting. That's why I don't think it was good.
Hammy.
And doesn't he know how much those seats cost? He was pushing all those people's chairs over.
Juan says the fake doctors Cesaro match. The fake doctors was the best character performance, and Noah says I want to castrate Brock Lesnar. Guys, seriously, fuck that guy.
What about the best character performance?
Wow.
If it wasn't a plant,
the fan
that just laid on the ground that was from the empty chair when they went over. It looked like he took one of the feet.
No, he was.
I don't remember whose
he
foot.
He
was
had
wearing
to
a
be.
black shirt like everybody else.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
he just laid there for so long.
If that would have been a fan, there would have been medical personnel all over him.
And that's the thing, though. Even with the work, like if it was a plant, Steve, nobody attended to him whatsoever.
No, just
there were 3 guys lying down, and the WWE doctors or staff or whatever all came in and only serviced.
Yeah, you gotta have the
their
dramatic
talent.
effect.
Yeah, fuck you. You just bought a ticket. We can hit you.
The Worker Awards.
The Worker Award. So for our best match, or if you want to go for an individual best worker of the night, you can do that as well. We'll start with Brian on this one.
Uh-oh.
I had Cesaro.
Oh.
Why, man?
Because that's
Come
what
on,
I
brother.
had, you jackass.
Okay, well, so what?
I had Cesaro too. He had take all the bumps he took. Shit.
Why did you have Cesaro, Adam?
I had Cesaro for the exact reason Stevie just stole. Because of all the bumps he took, the way he sold the match, I mean, I liked it. And he was back standing tall in the end going, no, come on. Let's finish this. Let's finish this.
I as a whole, that match, so my worker award goes to Sheamus and Cesaro. And it was a fabulous match. And to be completely frank, before it happened, it was like even leading up the whole week to it, it's like, who in the fuck? Who cares, right?
Because it was part 9, even though it's best of 7. They fought twice right before it.
It's exactly. Who really gives a damn? Oh, my God, people. Oh, my God. I got to find something for us.
Who's here?
Something big has happened. Something big has happened.
You mean besides Arnold Palmer dying?
On the chat board.
Roman Reigns, the guy with the wettest hair.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to the chat board after months.
Joker?
Is it Joker? That's what I was saying.
Joker on the chat board. What's up, Joke? We missed you, man. Good to have you back.
He must be off tonight.
Yeah, he was like, I got to take the night off. My boy just won the U.S. belt. I'm going to go home and ejaculate to a picture of him.
Make his hair wet.
Yeah, good to have you
That's
back.
how
Joker's going to go in the shower and wet his hair. I'm Roman. I'm the guy in the mirror.
Watch Joker in
just
real
messing
life
with
be
Joker.
as bald as you.
Right. We know where he works at, so we can go check him out.
All right.
Worker of the award goes to Jerry Lawler. He's like 100 years old. He's still there. Okay. All right. Cool. Let me get back to my sound effects here.
Rossumist.
Oh, fucked that one up.
The Rossumest Award.
All right, let's start with Steve Awesome on this one.
I gave it to Seth Rollins tonight. He solidified himself as the face who's going to be chasing the belt and whining. It was just great.
Okay, it did. It did feel very facey for him. Let's go, Adam.
I gave it to the indie crowd, INDY, not INDIE.
Okay.
The indie crowd. I thought they did a great job tonight. They popped on every single spot, even little things like with the New Day. They gave. I like that on the count out. They gave everybody hell. Like every decision that we as marks didn't like that WWE made tonight, they gave them hell for it. They did a good job.
Wow, Brian.
I put KO, but I mean nothing really blew me away tonight, and
nothing really blew you tonight.
Not that
wow.
either.
Wow, good job, Jonathan. Thank you. Good point, Jonathan.
Sorry, did I read that?
But I guess I'm gonna have to wait to see what they do as far as who's gonna challenge KO for I guess for the title next.
Okay. You should turn the page, Brian.
All right, I'll take the jump on the board before I give mine. Best match for Noah is Cesaro, Sheamus, CT, Seth Rollins for taking the bump for the Rossum Award, our best worker award, I guess. Jonathan, the worker award goes to Jarrett. We did that one. Joker's on the list for CT. Joker is now on the list already.
Wow, what
Damn.
did he do?
He's a Roman fan.
Oh, right.
Well, we don't realize that this is a real list. Like CT's at his house with a tighty-whitey underwears and a bottle of scotch and a shotgun. Dude, you're on the list.
Wait, no. I'm imagining like Billy Madison, Steve Buscemi's character.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry.
We were on CT's list. He crossed us off, put some lipstick on, and jammed out in high heels.
You can do it. And finally, Upload says that would be Bill Cosby, the wet hair fetish. Okay, so another proofread I need to do. My Rossimus Award goes to Jericho. Not only getting the W tonight in his match, although I thought that match was underachieved. Is that the right word, right phrase there?
That would probably be the one bad booking, too, because it followed the Cesaro Sheamus, and that's why.
He was a little lazy tonight, not catching Sammy a few times.
Yeah,
there were a few botches.
He screwed up every one of Sammy's signature moves. Let's just say that.
And I agree, and I'm not giving him my Rossimus Award because of that match, just because he got over on Sammy, which I didn't. Well, no, I did pick him. And then he also got to play a part in the main event. So he's putting himself back.
You better make sure you count that because you didn't pick very many right. So
no, I did. I motherfucker. I got.
You got 4.
I got 4. You got 5.
Yeah, but I beat you.
Calm the fuck down.
I beat you at your pay-per-view just like you beat me at my pay-per-view.
Well, then they're fucking even, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
All right. So we need to figure something out for the fan line to get more people to call like a.
Yeah, we got to get them involved. Got to get their voice heard.
Yeah, so like I don't know, we do like a new promo for it, or maybe a jingle.
Yeah, but which one of us was going to sing it?
Not me.
Well, what do we have to do? Just say the number, like.
Well, fuck it. Yeah, we can just I guess something.
704-444-0084, like that.
Oh God, no, not like that.
All right. Well, what you tell me how to do it? Show me better.
Maybe 704-444-0084.
I don't know. I feel like mine was better.
You know what? You guys both suck. Let me show you how the Queen does it. 704-444-0084.
Get connected.
All right, so that was stupid.
And now it's time for a little mocked out trivia.
That's funny.
And listening back, I was like, we probably could have done that a little better, maybe.
I don't know. When you first started playing it, I looked over at you and was like, wait, why isn't his lips moving? That's why I started doing it.
Yeah, I was a little confused, too.
You
I had no idea. Yeah, I looked over. I was like, wait.
He thought we were doing that as a real read right now, not as a tape segment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just for our audience who thought like Brian, that was a tape segment we did over the weekend.
Yeah, Brian.
Well, don't pull the curtain.
Hey,
don't let them see.
We got a call. You want to take it?
Our tricks.
All right. And maybe it's Firewolf. It's always gold when it's Firewolf.
Hey, you're on the you're Marked Out Wrestling. What's going on? Hello.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? This is Noah.
Noah, what's going on,
Noah?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Hey, well, obviously we're doing pretty hot damn awesome right now.
The commercial though did work. We got Noah in a call to
Noah
action.
called the fucking fan line. Noah, what's on your mind, bro?
I can barely hear you. It's so muffled.
Uh-oh. Noah's in Bob's region.
Oh, Jesus. Can you hear me now, Noah? Can you hear me
Are
now?
you in Memphis?
I'm going to hang up. I can barely hear you. I'm sorry.
All right, well, fuck, that didn't work.
Well, we promoted it, we got a call to action, and then we fucked up and couldn't hear him.
Is it muted on there?
Yeah, try that.
Oh, now he's gone.
Is he gone now?
Thanks for calling in,
You
Noah.
can call back if you want.
Yeah, we certainly do appreciate. Well, that
You
just,
can always also be heard. We'll if you call back, we'll let you leave a message, and we can play it tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
'Cause
yeah.
we like those kind of reactions too, and you can ask us a question, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. No, I don't. We play the play the clip, and then the fucking phone line doesn't work.
Right? Yeah.
That's-
Everything worked out. We had a terrible clip, but it worked. We got someone to call, and then we couldn't take advantage of it.
God damn it! All right, we'll fix that shit. So we're gonna do some trivia. Before we do, Jonathan has a trivia question. He throws this one here every once in a while. I know, Noah. I'm sorry. He's like, God damn it. I know. Damn it. Fuck.
Blame Rob.
Which wrestler is the only wrestler in history to lose 100 straight matches and then win a WWE title?
100 straight.
100 straight matches.
Wow,
that's pretty goddamn incredible.
I don't have a clue. Jeff Hardy? Fuck, I don't know.
That's a good guess.
CM Punk?
Little Goldberg? I don't know. Gilbert, right? Gilbert.
That was my. That's actually,
James
I was
Ellsworth?
about to write that.
James Ellsworth.
Clearly, it's not him.
Oh yeah, he never won.
All right, Jonathan. Go ahead and throw it at us. What you got? I know we're on a delay, so I will let you jump that out here in a minute. So what we're gonna do? Gilbert. Everybody's saying Gilbert. That's my guess. Gilbert. We're gonna play some tag team trivia. And
Gilbert never won the belt.
Light heavyweight.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Did he win? They say WWE title, so I'm not sure if that's where they're going with that. Oh, CT.
Crash Holly.
Guest writer. So we're still waiting for Jonathan to go ahead and give it to us.
Give it to us, Jonathan.
So we got Adam, we got Brian, we got Steve. Just the three of you guys playing here, and of course play along on the board. So tag team trivia. This is not that tough. I got 10 tag teams. I'm going to give you their tag team name, and you are going to give me the people that were in the tag team.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
Are we writing it down on our whiteboard?
Yes, you're going to write on your
If
whiteboard.
we get like 1 and 1 out of 2, we get point.
I need another whiteboard.
I don't know. How's that work?
Is your whiteboard broken?
No, I mean I'm just.
Were you
I need
thinking about
more.
Emma?
I need more space.
Were you thinking about Emma and you killed
No,
Lenny?
no. If I then I definitely need space.
It's a tag team. You got to write down 2 names, sometimes
fine.
3.
Yeah,
All
on
right.
the top and on the bottom. I mean, come on.
No partial credit.
What the
All
fuck?
right.
So
He did almost fill
I don't
the
know.
entire board with KO.
I didn't consider 1 or 2 points.
If you get like 1 right, but not the other.
Yeah, you should give us half points just for
All
the
right,
disparity of it.
Cool. We'll do. The answer was Kurt Hawkins.
Really?
What did he win?
What did he win?
The tag match.
WWE title?
No, it must have been a
win,
tag title.
Well, they said win
okay.
one, not the. So
yeah, it was a tag title.
never would have guessed that. Okay. So tell us what title it was. We want to know that.
He's also counted Infinity twice.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the Kurt Hawkins promos things.
Yeah.
Because he's doing the Chuck Norris.
Fascinating. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you
exactly.
very much for that.
So is he.
Okay. So here we go. So
Okay.
So point per name.
Shut up.
Go.
The first one, number 1.
All right.
Some of these are old. Some of these are new. You know. We're gonna
Stop looking, cheater.
Get out of here.
Fucker.
All right. Number 1. The Soul Patrol.
Oh my god.
The Soul Patrol. Name the members of the tag team, the Soul Patrol. Did you fucking your pen died?
Yeah, it's not working. This red. No, this one's good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I feel like Brian is doing like an idiocracy. I'm trying to put the circle in the circle spot. He's over there trying to use the square and cheating off me.
It's got electrolytes.
it's
Put Plants Grave.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Because they pay me every time I say it. All right, so we're gonna start with Brian on this one. Brian,
he didn't even have anything written down.
I had nothing.
You had nothing.
I had nothing.
Not even a guess.
I have a terrible guess.
Soul Patrol.
Oh yeah.
Just let your soul glow.
All right, let's go.
You want to go to my terrible answer?
Let's go, Adam. Yeah.
All right, I wrote Butch Reed and Akeem.
Let's see here. That is gonna be. And all right, Stevie, are you old fucker?
I just suspended
Rocky Johnson and Rikishi. Hey, which one did I get right?
Steve is Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas.
Oh,
yeah,
forgettable.
The fuck are these guys are going. I love the D. Okay, they're having their own conversation again about shit. So here we go. Our next one.
Sorry, Noah. Instead of talking to us, you have to talk to them.
Let's go. The natural disasters. Natural disasters. CT says Sheamus and Slater because they're fucking ginger fucks. For Soul Patrol, I guess, so they don't have
Natural
one.
disasters, the League of Nations.
See,
yeah.
See, I thought. Let me just clarify. I thought you were going to give us 10 tag teams, and we had to write them all. That's why I was like, I don't have enough space.
Oh,
There
okay.
we go.
Individually.
That's why.
Brian's trying to sound less stupid. The one time on the podcast he can save himself.
Just dug a hole.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
And,
All right.
and whenever Kira's not here, it's like Brian just becomes the dumbest in the group.
Wow.
I hope you listen to that tomorrow at work, Kira.
All right, here we go. Let's go with Steve Awesome.
Typhoon and earthquake.
Let's see. We got and
another one.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Upload Test got it wrong with Akeem. No.
Well,
Jonathan got it right. Well, no.
Kinda.
No.
No.
Akeem
was not.
No. I know.
Oh, now you corrected. Oh, Typhoon, I mean. Oh, I'm sure you did.
Typhoon and was also Tugboat later on.
Yes. Absolutely.
When he went back face.
That's what he went.
Akeem was one man.
He
gang,
turned
yeah.
heel. Tugboat turned heel on Hogan.
Yeah, but then he went back when he turned on Earthquake.
Yeah, I know. I was just making the fucking reference. Number 3. Here's an easy one. Easy one, guys. Easy one. The Powers of Pain.
That's not easy.
Yeah,
CT,
no, not at all.
CT said Roman Reigns and Ziggler because they're a disaster. Yeah, you hear that, Bob? Yeah, fucking disaster.
Any hints on this one? Do they have a manager?
The fucking Powers of Pain. I think they had. I think Fuji. Am I that fucking old? No. You motherfuckers. I mean, Brian, you're not that much younger than me. Adam's older than me. Steve is fucking. He created life.
I'm 31.
Okay, so I mean, okay, you're 7 years younger than me.
Okay.
Okay, but Adam's a year older than me. You should fucking know this.
Yeah, I should.
Fucking
I
garbage.
just don't remember.
All right, we'll start with that. We'll start with Adam then.
I wrote Hercules, Barbarian, and Bobby Heenan.
Okay, I don't need the managers, but we'll go.
I think
we got one.
All right.
Yes, I got one.
So, yeah, I know it was Hercules. I just didn't know.
All right, let's go.
Couldn't remember the other guy.
What you got?
I put Meng and.
Wow.
What's you, Meng?
Wow, Stevie.
Barbarian and Warlord.
Yes, Barbarian and Warlord. Warlord. Barbarian lives here in Charlotte with us.
Does he?
His daughter?
Yeah, and CJ.
Yeah, he took a dump at my store I used to work at.
Is that CJ's dad? Really?
No, his uncle.
His uncle. Okay. Somebody kill the dog. All right. Next one. The Twin Towers. The Twin Towers. Juan said he's 40. All right, Juan. Way to. You're gonna die first.
Yay, Juan.
Yay. The Twin Towers. 5 seconds. Boom, chicka, da, da. Boom, chicka, da, da. Warlord was like a Jack Stone Cold. Yeah, I guess you could do that. Sure. Let's go, Adam.
I wrote Diesel and Kane.
Let's go, Brian.
I had Sid and no one.
That was the skyscraper.
I think I remember Big Boss Man, but I can't remember anybody else.
All right, so Stevie gets the point for Big Boss Man. I got a couple right answers on the board. We got Big Boss Man in Akeem. Akeem.
Now, I thought about writing Akeem down, but I'm like, why do I keep picking Akeem and everything?
He's gonna show up sooner or later.
I was like, yeah.
Akeem.
Macho Man. It's got to be right one time.
CT says Jeb and George Bush. What the fuck? All right, cool. Next one. The world's greatest tag team.
Oh, easy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like them all to be very difficult?
No, but thankfully I can get one right for a change.
Boom, boom. 5 seconds.
We should make Brian spell it right.
He's just like doing.
got it.
He's doing like Brian hieroglyphics over there. Like I know what it's my emojis.
My handwriting hasn't changed since about third grade.
I don't think he spelled it right.
I mean, come on, Brian. Your hip's fucked up, not your arm. Let's do this. All right, what you got, Brian?
There we go.
Oh, he did spell it wrong.
Shelton and Charlie Haas.
All right. 2 points for Brian. Adam, you had that?
Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas.
Haas and Benjamin.
All right, everybody got 2 on that one. Everybody gets laid. And, of course, the chat board had that one correct as well. All right, here we go. The next one, maybe a little bit more difficult. Maybe not. Let's see. The Body Donnas. The Body Donnas. Jonathan says Paige and Paige's mom. Hey, her mom's kind of hot too. It's not a lie. They're deep in thought, so it's just me and you guys. 5 seconds.
Fuck your 5 seconds.
Fuck your face.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Fuck you. I'm eating.
I'm voting Camacho.
I'm voting Camacho as well. Shit. I know everything's fucked up.
The comedy, the Dust Bowl.
Brian.
I had Dr. Tom Pritchard and Chris Candido.
Oh.
Makes my answers
Adam.
really dumb.
Well, mine.
I wrote Brutus Beefcake and Adrian Adonis.
Wow.
I thought it might have been one of the Rougeaus. No, I'm not sure.
Jacques Rougeau.
The Mountie.
No, you are. I wanted to see how you spelled Rougeau.
Roger? I don't know.
You spelled Roger.
Roger. Okay, so, all right. Yeah.
Good segue.
Here's a fun one. The U.S. Express. The U.S. Express. It's fun to say with a list. U.S. Express. Let's go. You guys, everybody's still writing. You slow fucker. All right, Steve Awesome is ready to go.
I don't know. Kevin Nash had one. I have no idea.
Oh, Steve, I had faith in you here. Adam. I know Adam's getting it wrong.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Coco Beware.
Hacksaw's that's a good guess.
No, it's
not right.
It wasn't a good guess at all. Go ahead, Brian.
I had Lex Luger, and it's not Hulk. I just wrote his name
just because it's not Hulk, but I just wanted to write the name.
Yeah, just to take up space.
It's a 10-inch penis.
Is it? It's not Luger.
It's not Luger. It's not Luger. The U.S.
I couldn't remember.
Is Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda.
Oof,
Barry Windham.
I never would have.
Yeah.
Would you have accepted IRS?
You didn't write it down, so why would you even fucking ask me?
I don't know. Just asking. I want to know how you judge.
The next one. Ooh, this is an old classic one too, Stevie. You ready?
I hope.
The Foreign Legion. The Foreign Legion. You aren't bitching about that fucking world's greatest tag team now, are you, Adam? Yeah. Well, it's too easy. It's too fucking easy. The Foreign Legion. 5 seconds. As Brian hadn't started writing anything yet.
Yeah.
I wrote a sloppy pussy.
I've got a big sloppy pussy. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's go with Adam's done.
All right. I got Wade Barrett, Rusev, Sheamus, and Del Rio.
What?
That is a no. Okay, let's go Brian.
I had Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
Yeah.
Steve Awesome.
Koloff and Iron Sheik.
Koloff and...
Just remember, I put Iron Sheik.
Wait.
I got one?
You were so close.
Nikita
Volkov.
Volkov. It was Volkov, yes.
Ivan Koloff. I was thinking Ivan Koloff. Yeah,
the Russian names. Said that, I was like, damn it, I should have got that.
Oh, Noah's loving our Howard Stern references. All right. Well. Slaughter and Sheik is what Upload had. Juan says Jack Daniels, which maybe on the 100th episode there, Juan, we'll do that again.
Yeah, send it.
Yeah. Next one. Two more, guys. We got the Rock and Roll Express, baby. Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express. Let your mullets fly. Woo! Rock and Roll Express. I think Brian's over there doodling. I'm just drawing shit.
I'm drawing you.
You drawing me? All right. Well, the whiteboard's not big enough.
You're so beautiful, I have to draw you.
Oh. Pose for me. All right. Who's ready? Steve, you ready?
Sure.
All right. What you get? Come on.
Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Yes, sir. 2 for Stevie. Let's go. What you got, Adam?
I wrote Bobby Eaton and the other guy.
Wow.
That was the other Express.
I didn't even get that far. I wrote Bobby Eaton and nobody.
Was it the Rock and Roll Express? What do we fuck?
Yeah, Rock and Roll
The
Express.
Midnight Express.
Ricky
Oh,
Morton.
shut up, you
Mo.
motherfuckers.
I love ruining bits.
God damn it. Number 10, The Midnight Express, 1987 through 1990. Number 10, Midnight Express, 1987 through 1990. HBK and Jannetty, or however you want to say the dumb name. No, they were the HBK and Jannetty were the Rockers. No, yeah, the Rockers.
Well, there was
the Rockers.
And there was the New Rockers.
Yeah, with Marty Jannetty and whoever the fuck else it was.
Al Snow.
Was it Al Snow?
Leaf Cassidy, yeah.
Wow. No, but that was the Rockers. They were on WWF, and the Rock and Roll Express was a NWA WCW product. Yeah. So they were good old waving the stars and bars.
Kind of like you did, Brian. Yeah.
It seemed like Kurt Byers gimmick.
Very similar.
You racist motherfucker. All right, so I'm assuming we're all going to get a point, but we'll start with Adam here.
I got Bobby Eaton and the other guy Brian said.
Oh, you get a point for that.
Wow.
Why not?
Yeah.
Brian.
I erased my board and then wrote the same
Bobby Eaton.
exactly the same thing.
Wow. Okay, so point for Adam, point for Brian. Steve.
Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan. What the hell's his last name?
Oh, come on, Stevie. Sweet Stan. Come on, Stevie.
Don't stroke out on us.
Come on.
Lane.
Yes, sweet Bobby Eaton. Beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Beautiful Bobby.
And Sweet Stan Lane. All right, Stevie. So that was all 10 of them.
Yeah.
There was actually not another Rockers before HBK and Jannetty. No. After HBK and Jannetty.
That's why they were called the New Rockers.
The New Rockers, yeah. After Jannetty threw himself through the glass window.
Rockers 2.0 came before Rockers 1. Did you know that?
Oh, don't be an ass about it. Don't be an ass about it. But
no,
yeah.
that's my job.
Yeah, but Marty Jannetty threw himself through the window on Brutus's barbershop.
Yeah.
And then the new one started up. And then they just kind of went the fuck away. So there we go. There's our trivia for tonight. And again, we're not going to do our segments and everything. Those will all be for tomorrow night on Rawsome. Let's go ahead and we'll do an open here. Anything about tonight's Clash of Champions that we didn't cover that you guys want to jump on real fast?
One thing I want to mention is, unlike the SmackDown one, which barely kept us entertained because it had so few matches, this one went over its time limit and kept us entertained because it had a lot of good ones on the card. That's why I gave it a decent score. You take out the Cesaro-Sammy ending, Cesaro-Sheamus ending, and I'll stick by my A-.
Yeah, the match was great. It's just the ending.
Yeah.
So that was your final thought within the open?
Yeah. Well, no, my final thought was that they carried a show over 3 hours.
Okay. All right. You
just only listen to the parts you want to hear.
I didn't know you were going to give
and then you get mad at the rest of us.
I didn't know you were going to give a monologue final thought answer to anything about
final thought is a final monologue.
We were doing the open, you dick. Other matches we didn't talk about yet, you fuck.
Oh. I didn't realize it was the open. I wasn't paying attention.
You never pay attention to me.
I shouldn't.
I don't even know how to fucking respond to that.
That's my best response.
Everybody remember T.J. Perkins' promo tonight? It was not bad for the first one.
Yeah, but it was exactly the same, though, Steve, as the one he cut on Raw.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. I just remember.
You get tongue-tied.
I've been doing this since 98, and, I always bring it.
Right.
Same thing.
Let's see here. I did have that Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips was talking to Cesaro, and Cesaro walked away, and the camera stayed on Phillips, and he was just staring at him, looking like he just shit his adult diaper. And if you get a chance to go back and look at it, it's a good giggle moment.
He might have. We don't know that.
Maybe Alexander did. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Let's see here. Jump on the chat board. See if anybody has anything before we jump into final thoughts. They're still arguing about the Rockers. I'll give the main event 3.5 boob jiggles out of 5. Who was that from, guys?
Paige? Jonathan?
Yes.
Emma?
Okay. Juan says Vince has balls to put on this crappy show. Juan, again, I disagree with you, bud. I respect your opinion, but I don't think tonight was a crappy show. I think it was professional wrestling.
They each got time to make a match. They each got time to tell a story. That's why I gave it such a good grade.
Yeah.
They all had time to go. Nobody was rushed. There was no 28-second match. There was no
the women's match went long.
Nobody was attacked walking down the ramp. It was good wrestling.
And we got to keep in mind here, and I just want to play devil's advocate here. We got to keep in mind, and I hate to use their term, but this is an episodic, soap opera, if you want. So, yeah, they're not going to resolve everything in every episode.
Yeah.
Some episodes are going to be cliffhangers. Some episodes are going to be...
Even Mania, they don't resolve everything.
But that's
There's
what you
carryover.
want.
Yeah.
The bigger the cliffhangers, the better.
Yeah, I've watched Walking Dead episodes before, and I love that series, where it ended and it was like, well, that was a waste of an hour of my life. But it still stayed...
great. Carol killed the kid. Good.
Right. It's still, Rick's having a breakdown in the fucking house or whatever. It was... But it's still... I enjoyed the show, and I knew that something was coming from it. It might be longer than I want it, but we got to have patience. Tonight, as far as a professional wrestling product, technically in the ring, I thought was damn good. I mean, and from the...
it was better than the Panthers.
Okay, we don't have to do the Panthers reference.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was the Open.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, even Cesaro and Sheamus...
I threw him off with that
Cesaro
one.
and Sheamus, who we thought was going to be a bust, actually ended up being a really fucking good match.
It was a great match, yeah.
So I
can't take away from that.
I don't think it was a piece of a crappy night. I mean... Could they have done a couple things to make it a little bit more of a pop? Sure. But maybe they're going to save that for the big four. Not every pay-per-view has to be a mega fucking pop. Not every Raw has to end with Triple H.
And maybe Triple H didn't show up tonight.
With that
yeah, maybe
stuff.
Triple H didn't show up tonight because him and Taker are the two that could claim Hell in a Cell. They've been in the most matches. I think they were each in 7 of them or however.
Ooh, Seth and Hunter and Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wow, that would make sense.
Have we discussed, though, is Triple H going to be on Raw tomorrow, you think?
I don't know.
He'll be backstage.
Hey, we know that, but I mean...
We know that.
All right.
Oh, Bobby, don't you know?
Jackass.
All right, finish up on the chat boards and we'll do our final thoughts.
I already did my final thought.
Noah says, I just want to say Rusev gets to go home and fuck Honest. So he lost
if you type it, he'll read it.
And Roman gets to go home and screw the audience.
So basically, he said at the end he's still winning in life. So that works out.
I 1,000% agree with that.
He's Charlie Sheening it.
Yeah. He's definitely. It's all about. Jonathan, remember, guys, Lana spelled back. Okay.
We already know that.
Yeah. Upload. Al Perez and Joe Salvoldi were the New York Rockers. I didn't know that. Okay.
Wow, they are going way off.
Yeah, well, way to try to prove your point by going all means necessary.
Cobb salad. Don't ever bring up Rockers again.
CT, I think Rusev should get fed up with the U.S. title and bring back the European Championship. I don't know if there's room for it.
We don't need any more belts.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea, whoever that was.
Juan is saying that it's WCW booking. Again, we disagree there, but Jonathan, I'll give the show.
Juan's trying to make a lucha thing great again.
I'm not reading that, Jonathan. 4-page ass bounces out of 10. Could have been better. CT, it was good like the Broncos winning against the Bengals. Okay.
We're in Charlotte. That's why I was taking digs at Rob.
Yeah, I'm a Panther fan, and we apparently are not as good as we're not who we thought we were.
They were protesting that game.
Yeah. Upload test. Al Perez, Joe Salvito were New York Rockers in 1985. Okay.
Now that's where your too soon comment comes in.
All right. Upload. Yeah, too soon. Final thoughts of the evening. Let's go to start with Steve Awesome on this one.
I don't have too much to say. Just tune in to Raw tomorrow right after the show and listen to the same thing like we're doing tonight.
Your show is called Rawsome.
And do something with Braun Strowman, please. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Vote for me.
Do you have anything else, Adam, besides what you already said, or you
no.
You tapped?
I'm going to do a little my hand in trivia tomorrow. We'll see how it works. On Raw.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Brian, final thoughts?
No, I mean, we kind of said it already. I mean,
Brian doesn't have any thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts, brother. I have a lot of thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I just think, I mean, we kind of all saw what they were going to do with the booking. Nothing really popped out, and surprised me by any means. And I think
Lana's almost dead.
Lana is on our mind.
Yeah, the camera angles they kept putting on the side boob shot. Oh my god!
The only thing that did pop out was KO's belly.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see where they, what new avenues they go with these feuds that they had today. So I guess I'll just have to wait till tomorrow.
So that's a great final thought you had there, Brian.
I told you he doesn't have any.
Well, when you interrupt me with boob references, and
you said
the train derails fast.
You said nothing popped out, so that's where I thought.
Don't say you. I didn't do anything. They were the ones sitting there grabbing their fucking man boobs and flaunting them at you.
No, he said popped out.
It's just natural.
Puppies.
Response.
Noah asked, do we think the show was better than Backlash?
Hell yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
1,000%.
Hell yes.
So
Hell yes.
Raw 1, SmackDown 0. as
Oh,
far as
yeah, but
pay-per-view
no, they're fighting for
pay-per-views.
their jobs, Steve.
Yeah, I think tonight was better than Backlash.
Mick Foley's going to be without a job after Raw continues to kick SmackDown's ass.
Yeah, and I think we all kind of agree with that. I've seen other people out there who believe the opposite, I'm sure, and I would be curious to debate with them, but I just...
Those are Roman fans.
Yeah. I'm not... Jonathan does another page thing. Upload test...
I think we should call him JP.
JP?
Jonathan Page.
Jonathan,
that would be their
JP. That's your new name now, Jonathan.
He's
JP.
got his own theme song.
Yeah, well,
no, yeah,
sort
of.
Upload test Lana in purple leotard. That's what will rule the women's division.
I agree.
You know, I'm glad that we no longer do the bra and panties and pillow fight matches. But
Yeah.
we should have done like a yoga session in the middle of the ring. Like bring all the divas out. They all have to just do downward facing dog
just to get the rocks off.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
get it
Yoga
out.
pants.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
downward
That's
facing
it.
dog and yoga pants. Everybody in the ring. Everybody take
get
it
it over with.
Right, and if it's for the live audience, everybody like two girls face each direction. Ass first.
And now, JP, Jonathan Page, and now even with the new Titantron, we don't get the video of her like all in the water and shit page. It's all like graphics now, not actual live content.
I say bring back the Nitro girls. The current.
The Nitro Girls, huh?
The
Talking about
Nitro
Stacey and
girls
Tori?
that actually were Nitro girls.
Charmel?
Now.
Yeah.
See what they look like.
Oh. Like
Charmel,
Kimberly
that's right,
Page and all those
Charmel.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be one of those gimmick battle royals of Nitro Girls on a pre-show
Terrible.
at Mania.
All right, we are totally just rolling it out now. All right, my final thought. I'm excited to tell you guys about this, and I want you to look for this. I think it's going to be a YouTube exclusive. We might put it on the podcast. I'm not sure, but there's going to be a new segment. And if you guys listen, you know who we are. You've gotten to know us, and we hope you have, and we've gotten to know you as well. You know that me and Colonel Bob Memphis, the lover of all things Ziggler, we don't see eye to eye. Matter of fact,
and lover of all things that piss us off, like Roman winning.
Sure. And we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. We have a lot of similarities in our life, our personal life.
Dude, you're like bizarro versions of each other.
Exactly. So,
Good way to put it.
Rob, Bob.
Good point.
They each have like wives out of their range.
both
They
radio
each-
experience,
yeah.
both bald.
Yeah, the list goes on and on. They're very similar in age. I think they're maybe a year or so separate.
Yeah, he wears glasses. I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Yeah.
Does he drive a van?
Mary and Grace
By the river.
Yeah, Mary and Grace are almost the same age.
Yeah. So anywho, my point there is we disagree a lot. As a matter of fact, every text message me and him sent back and forth to each other, I finish it with "fuck you, Bob." So me and Bob have decided
even right after you compliment him, it's great that
right,
you do.
Right. So me and Bob have decided we're going to do a kind of a short show from time to time, and again, maybe on YouTube, maybe on the podcast. It's going to be Bob versus Rob. So, guys, we don't know the details on it yet, but we are going to be rolling that out soon.
I imagine it's going to be like Spy versus Spy, except for the audio edition.
Yeah, it's Bob versus Rob show. It'd be better than Skip versus Shannon. So I don't know. I haven't seen the shot.
Or Steve versus Brian.
Steve versus that would be fun.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Did I take my medicine? I don't know. My hips are shot.
All right, here we go. Last look at the board. Then we're going to roll the fuck out. We got upload test TNA Cage Girls. Were they those are nice?
Yeah, when they first started, they would have girls dancing on the side of the stage.
Those are nice.
It felt just like a strip club.
Did they really?
Yeah, it was awful. I mean, it was.
It's like the girls waiting to get on the main
Brian
stage.
just came out.
Says a
Just getting
guy.
on the
Wait, he says that was awful. Says a guy who agreed to a noose gimmick. He was against this.
Yeah. Well,
It wasn't awful in a sense. It was nice eye candy, but I mean, come on. It's just,
shut up, guys. I like girls.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. This is a male soap opera, like you just said, but like we're supposed to be watching the guys in the ring. I would just watch the girl in the cage. I wouldn't even care. They're gonna be like a 10-star match. That doesn't matter.
All right. We got yes, the new Titantron makes Raw lose a rating. That's from Jonathan, obviously. Noah says, I'm going to hit the sack. Great show, guys. It was fun to listen to. Noah, see you, bud.
Have a good one.
Thanks for trying to call in. Maybe we'll get it fixed for another time.
Or try tomorrow.
Yeah. Jonathan, Roman is the most boring man that has ever lived. I completely fucking agree with you.
Believe that.
Bravo, Jonathan. CT Roman.
There should be a meme of that.
Right. CT Roman and Bob can go fuck off with Colonel Sanders and the chicken. They're both on the list, along with Joker.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Page should run for the presidency. Well,
she's not a citizen.
Birther.
She wasn't born
Yeah.
here, so
Yeah, that'd be another 4 years of Trump. Birther. Bertha.
Yeah.
And he'd be right.
Paige and Schwarzenegger on the ticket together.
All right, don't forget, tomorrow night we got our Rawsome show coming right after Raw. Well, kind of after Raw. Probably about 11:30, 11:40 Eastern Standard Time. We hope you join us live on the YouTube or the following day on Podbean, on iTunes, on Player FM, on Clamor. And we just want to say SoundCloud. I just want to say thank you to Clamor. We made their editor's choice for
a lot more playlist followers now.
Yeah, so we gained a bunch of followers through there. So Clamor, thank you for making us part of your editor's choice. We are humbled by that, and we
got
hope
us a lot of traction.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Again, we've told you
not
guys
the kind that Brian has in the hospital,
Right.
real like good traction.
Yeah.
So we've told you before. We we do this because we love it, not for any accolades. But hey, fuck, shit happens. Shit happens. As always, thank you for the privilege of your time.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at URecord Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out URecord on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!